Alright guys, today we're going to be doing a little probe mission. We're going to set up a SCANsat satellite. So this is what the retro NASA probe control room looks like. Going to go ahead and set our target. It's going to be the MUN. And go ahead and turn on all of our little screens and stuff. But yeah, basically we're going to deploy a satellite that'll scan the altimetry of the moon as well as the different biomes and stuff. So we're going to want to put it in a polar orbit. But yeah, we'll get into that in a second. Go ahead and turn on the lights for the instruments. It's a lot easier to see that way once you turn those on. Okay. Looks like we're about ready to launch. So this guy right here, this ball is going to tell us what direction we're pointing. And right now it says error, and it just says straight up because I like to keep it on maneuver node. Because right now MechJeb is just controlling our ascent for our probe. Right here you've got our little flight computer. It tells us what our apoapsis and periapsis are, as well as the timing for different things, and our delta V. So right now we're just going to try to get up to about 100,000 meters and then get into orbit and circularize. Alright, so now we're out of the atmosphere, on our way up to, I think, 110,000 meters. I'm not sure exactly what I set it to. And once we get close to that, we'll cut the engines and then we'll fast forward a little bit and do our circularization burn. Oh yeah. Gonna deploy our solar array since we're out of the atmosphere now. These are some of the compatible mods. Let's see. Okay, so now we're completing our circularization burn. That's our little, it basically just displays where we are on the globe, on Kerbal right now. Okay, we can see how much delta V we need, or have left in our burn. It also displays the time until the node, and the burn time, so it's very handy. This little orbital screen. It's kind of like your version of the map screen, but it's got everything you need. All right, we've reached orbit. It is time for us to get ready to plot our maneuver to the MUN. Gonna go ahead and use home and transfer, and looks fine to me. That's where we're going to intercept the MUN. Go ahead and hit execute maneuver. And we can see this little guy is going to show us where these little yellow lines are. We need to get these yellow lines to the exact center. If that makes sense. So that all these yellow lines line up together. And these little arrows are showing how much yaw or yeah, just how much control you're inputting, I guess. But yeah, you want to make sure you're on maneuver node. Otherwise, depending on what you're pointed at, it will be just pointing you prograde or normal radial. can also set targets. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and fast forward till our maneuver node. All right. Start our burn. And now we are expanding our orbit out to intercept the moon. The moon, the moon. You can see it on this orbital map screen. Watch it expand out. Alright, looks like we've got our intercept completed. Here we are, fast forwarded a little bit to the sphere of influence of the Mun. You can see we're actually on a collision course with the surface. So we're going to have to go ahead and fix that by just getting a stable orbit first. So we'll go ahead and do that. There we go. Execute our burn. And I did this at around 250,000 kilometers, I believe. If I remember right, it was trying to get the right height, whatever the right height was for the SCANsat antennas. And you can kind of see the moon on the right in our external camera. It's a little grainy. If you don't use the retro control room, it won't be grainy like that. It'll actually be very clear. It's interesting. But I do like the feel of the retro control room a lot more, honestly. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and execute our next node, which is to get our polar orbit around the moon. And we want a polar orbit because that way we can basically scan 100% of the moon as we go around it eventually, instead of only scanning the equator if you were just in a non-inclined orbit. You can see again how much delta V we have left in this burn and how much we have left in this craft. So we have plenty of leftover fuel. All right, now we can go ahead and turn on our SCANsat antennas. Now we'll start using electricity to give us readings of the surface. Alright, so if I refresh this after going around a few times, you can see kind of what we were able to scan. It looks a little messed up right now. It might be, I'm not actually sure why it's doing that, but you can also pull up on the right here the actual mod. And this is Kerbal right now, so we'll switch over to the Mun. And you can see what we've scanned so far. Turn off resources, there we go. And there's the slope map. And we also got biome and visual. And basically this will just fill in over time as you get more passes around the moon until it's completely filled in.